and real-world corporate insights. Today's session, Leadership Development, is a testament to that mission. We are confident that this session will empower each one of you with valuable insights and practical strategies to grow as professionals and leaders. I, Ms. Ishita Kashyap, Assistant Professor, College DS Pesa, we are delighted to have Mr. Saurabh Chopra as session speaker, Ms. Prakriti Mishra as moderator of the session, joining us today to share their insights and experience. We welcome you, sir and ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, Ishita, you're audible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Before moving further, we shall proceed with the lighting of virtual lamp, a tradition that symbolizes the dispelling of darkness and the awakening of knowledge. May the light of learning continue to guide us on our path to growth and leadership. I request to Mr. Arun Kumar sir to play the video. Thank you so much, sir. We are honored to welcome Mr. Saurabh Chopra, sir, an accomplished legal professional and dedicated martial artist, whose journey exemplifies a unique blend of intellectual depth and inner discipline. A graduate of Campus Law Center, University of Delhi, he has over a decades of experience in legal practice, having worked alongside eminent advocates at the Supreme Court, Delhi High Court, and various tribunals and forums. His expertise spans diverse areas, including criminal trials, service law, arbitration, PIL, extradition cases, and consumer litigations. With a strong foundation in drafting, litigation strategy, and advocacy across multiple jurisdictions. Beyond his legal career, Mr. Chopra is a lifelong student and practitioner of martial arts, having trained in Shotokan karate, judo, kickboxing, jeet kune do, kung fu, tai chi, krav maga, and kalaripa pyatu since the age of 9. His commitment to holistic well-being led him to the art of living, where he became a certified happiness program and yoga teacher under the Ministry of Ayush. His dedication to harmonizing physical discipline with intellectual excellence continues to inspire many, bridging the world of law, ethics, and mindful living. Today, he continues to inspire as both a dedicated advocate and a practitioner of mind-body excellence, harmonizing the outer world of law with the inner world of discipline and awareness. We welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to extend a warm welcome to Ms. Prakriti Mishra. Ms. Prakriti Mishra, an accomplished legal professional and dedicated academic, currently serving as assistant professor at DS Pesa, she brings over 7 years of experience practicing as an advocate in Delhi District Court and High Courts, handling diverse legal matters including motor accident claim, property disputes, domestic violence cases, divorce proceedings, commercial litigations in trademark and IPR, bail matters, negotiable instruments, and consumer law. Beyond her legal practice, Ms. Mishra is deeply committed to social justice. During her internship with Samadhan NGO, Dehradun, she provided counseling to rape survivors and domestic violence victims. As an active member of Samadhan NGO, Hamari Pehchan NGO, and Child Education, she has also attended sexual harassment conference held at Nagpur by All India Census Employees Association organized by PSI, Public Service International, as a representative from Delhi. Ms. Mishra's dedication to legal education is evident in her role as a moot court judge, having educated competitions at Ram Swarup University, Lucknow 2023, and IILM University, Greater Noida 2025. Her journey reflects a steadfast commitment to law, ethics, and social empowerment, making her an inspiring presence in both academic and legal spheres. We extend a warm welcome to Ms. Prakriti Mishra and look forward to her insights and contribution in this online interactive session. We welcome you, ma'am. I again
Thank you,
extend
Ishita.
warm welcome to our esteemed speaker, our respected faculty members, and most importantly, all our participants. Your presence here reflects your commitment to learning and personal growth. Let us make this 1 hour a truly enriching experience. Now, I would like to hand over the session to Ms. Prakriti Mishra, ma'am. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Ishita. Welcome, sir. Saurabh sir, am I audible to you?
Sir, you are on mute.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Nice to
Yes,
be.
sir.
Yeah.
Welcome, sir, in today's session.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sir, the first thing that I would like to ask is what was your motivation and inspiration to be so much diverse in so many fields?
Uh, it was just a natural. It was not something which I had pre-planned. कि मुझे ऐसे बहुत सारी चीजों में करना. I have to be diversified in a lot of things. It just happened naturally. Once, if you have a curious mind and you have a interest in the world around you, there is a natural tendency to learn things. So it is not something I had planned that, oh, I'll do so many things. It just happened on its naturally.
Okay. And
Yeah.
was it very difficult or easy to balance each and everything in your life, in every sphere of life?
Balance is something which happens when you ride a cycle or something. You don't try to balance the cycle; it automatically happens. So life is also something like that. Balance has to be achieved naturally. You can't
Yes.
really force balance. Ki I'll balance. It just happens naturally with practice. Obviously, things start balancing out. Sometimes one of the things go upper niche, but then you have to take steps accordingly.
So, if you can tell your daily routine and the rituals that you follow according to your plans,
Yeah.
and
So
are you able to accomplish it according to the plan that you make every day?
see, there are ups and downs in life. Not every day is the same. It's life, and life will ultimately has its own plan for you. But I'm an art of living teacher and a yoga practitioner. So I begin the day with my Padma Sadhana Sudarshan Kriya, which I have learned at the Art of Living. I do my meditation around 1.5 hours. Then you go to court. Whether or not you have a date, you just tend to go to court. You watch
Yes.
the proceedings. You learn something. You read. Sit in the library. You read something. Interact with other lawyers, and then you get back to your office, do your drafting work, and then evening I make it a point to work out. Go and hit the gym, exercise. So that is the ideal scenario which I tend to follow. Of course, life has its own plans for you. So sometimes things happen and you're not able to follow the routine. You fall off, but then you have to get back
Yes.
to it. Yeah.
So, according to you, what can be a sustained life?
Sustained life.
Yes.
See, whether or not you want, life will happen.
Yes.
Sustained life is where the money is there in your pocket, not in your head. So when money enters your head, then you don't have it basically in your pocket. So or you're too greedy for it. You have it and you're just too greedy running after it.
Yes.
So what I say is money should be in your pocket, not in your head, and you should have time for everything. It's not that if you're working, if you're earning very well, but you're spending your midnights and till midnight, 2 o'clock, like many law firms. In many law firms, people work till 2, 3, and up to the next morning. Also, I've seen
Yes,
people
they are
work.
working. Yes.
Yeah, and it takes so much of a toll on your health and your happiness. You are basically a slave there. So that is also not success. Means you're earning too much and you can't spend it. You can't enjoy it. That is also not success. Success is having a balance. Means doing your work sincerely, working hard in the day and sleeping well at night is success, I feel. Yeah.
So, do you have a sustained life, if may I ask?
Do I have a
Sustained life.
sustained life? I would feel more or less I do have a sustained life. Means everybody does to some extent, but there's always scope for improvement in anybody's
Yes.
life. I can't say that I'm perfect, living the perfect life. There is always scope for improvement. Yeah, there are habits. After all, we are human, so we keep on working towards perfection. perfecting ourselves. That is what is actually called sadhana and things, sadhana, daily sadhana we do. So that is basically perfecting ourselves over every day.
So you have so many achievements. You have a very diverse field in your life, and there must be a turning point in your life which which would have occurred any point of time in your career or in your life. So if there is any turning point, then you can discuss it with us.
Turning point, there have been many turning points, not just one.
Yes.
Like initially, I was in the management field
Okay.
when, yeah. So initially, I was in the management field and I was handling sales and marketing for a apparel firm in South. I used to work in Chennai, but there I got really, frustrated. Why am I just selling? I felt my life was vague. Like I was just selling shirts and trousers to various businesses. I was handling B2B sales. Then I decided there's something more. I should do something more. Then I decided, then I spent around 6 months in the Art of Living Ashram. I used to handle their YouTube channel, and 6 months in the ashram gave me a really good new perspective about life. That and I also did my teachers training out there. I learned there is more to life than just your day-to-day work and home, and there is a lot more to life. Means,
I
uh,
think they help in making the life balanced.
yeah, it does help in making the life balance, and it also tells you that you are not here to just receive from the world. You're mainly here to give. If we are in the state of mind that we want to take everything from the world, then we become depressed, we become frustrated. Then you'll always be depressed and frustrated. But once you are here and you know that you have to give to the world, you are here to contribute to the world, then your life becomes much more simpler and much more valuable even to you. You don't feel vague. There are many professionals who are doing so well, uh, but they are not happy, they're not satisfied. So once you're clear that you are here to contribute towards others, then your life becomes much more simpler, much more fulfilling, what I would say. Yeah.
So from sales and being a martial artist and a brown belt in karate and many other things,
Mhm.
how did you move to the legal profession? Matlab, what took you towards the legal profession then?
See, I was uh, learning martial arts since a very young age, since
Yes.
9, and that was more of not really a profession. Maybe for to 1 or 2 years, it maybe have been after I left the sales field, and after I decided I'll teach martial arts. But I was mostly teaching it in the ashram only and teaching it for free, and it was never really a profession for me. So it
Maybe
was
your hobby,
more of a practice, like not even a
practice.
hobby, like a practice, like a spiritual practice. So it was, and law, I came into law because uh, I was doing martial arts and all, but I wanted to be challenge myself more intellectually because I knew I had a logical mind. I felt I needed to challenge myself more intellectually, and law gave me a lot of. I was attracted to law because in being a lawyer, you can actually bring a lot of change to the world around you. You can
Yes.
actually challenge the legislation passed by the government. Matlab, one person can actually challenge the legislation passed by the government and actually argue and bring some change in the world. So that is
Yes.
why I felt that this is something I should add to my profile. Hmm.
So being a non-advocate and then after doing law and being an advocate for more than 10 years, what changes have you seen in your legal profession?
In my legal profession, as in like
In
the
your legal profession from the day you started practicing till the time right now?
see, you become more mature. Like initially, I was very aggressive. Means if something didn't go my way, I really expressed it in front of the court, the judges.
Same was with me.
Yeah, it was means I had you could say a lot more anger issues when things don't go your way. Means sometimes you prepare for a case, you feel everything is in your favor, but then things when don't go your way, there's a great amount of frustration. So now you learn to handle setbacks better. Initially, it was not so. You know, there was time I had really plunked the file on the desk in the Supreme
Yes.
Court in front of judges and expressed my frustration. So
And has there been any change in the legal profession, in the courts? from the time you have
There
started
has
and
been,
from in the last 10, 15 years? Were there any changes?
it has become more digital. Abhi, things have become more digital, especially after COVID and all.
Yes,
Has been I think, a positive change, because now anyone in the country can appear in the Supreme Court. You just
yes.
have to go through video conferencing and you can appear in the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
So
that is a
running
very
for
good
lawyers,
option.
yeah, for lawyers also the running around has been less, because first you have to go from this court to other court and run around. Now you can actually just attend through video conferencing.
When video conferencing, yes.
Yeah, so that has been a good change, and things
So,
more
yeah.
digital. Yeah.
And according to you, what kind of cases are in maximum numbers in the court right now?
See, always criminal cases have always dominated the
Always,
court.
yes.
Criminal cases have always dominated. Family court matters and has really increased over the past few years. They have been a jump since COVID also. A lot of divorces and all. So family case,
Yes.
but criminal always has dominated the courts. Hmm.
And is it correct, matlab, as we even in fact, I am seeing the number of domestic violence cases and family court cases. They're increasing in number every day.
Yeah, especially since COVID, when pre-COVID people had to go to work, so they had some kind of space they used to get.
Yes,
But during COVID, especially, that space factor went off from relationships, and there was a lot more stress, and that led probably to more family disputes and all.
problems between the people.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
And sir, I think you have been practicing for more than 10 years.
Yes.
And there has been a drastic change in the legal profession, as you have told. So, in the beginning, was there anyone from the legal background in your family?
No, I am the first
You're the first generation lawyer,
person.
advocate.
Yeah.
So, how did you manage to get work in the beginning, or you were practicing under any other advocate?
See, I was learning under an advocate in the Supreme Court, but first 2 years, though, it was totally dry. You were just, but I was going to the court every day, whether or not. First 2 years, honestly, I didn't have any work in the court, but I used to go to attend court every day. And 2000, after 2 years, I got my first case working independent. After passing out from law, I immediately went to being independent, practicing independently. And 2 years I had no work, but 2 years after 2 years I got my first case, that too in the Supreme Court. So
Okay.
yeah, and then uske baad cases started coming in.
So,
But
currently, your regular practice is in Supreme Court, major
Supreme Court and other district court also. I practice in the district court also.
district courts
I
as well.
believe that is also very important,
Yeah,
because
because if you practice in a district court, then only you are able to learn each and every process.
yeah, practicing in the district court has made my arguments in the Supreme Court much more powerful and stronger. Having a district court background can make your really boost up your the foundation. It can make you a lot more confident in even in the Supreme Court. Yes.
So, practice is very hectic and
Yes.
very exhausting, and sometimes because of the clients and because of the courts also. And
Right.
sometimes judges are in fact, some judges are very rude sometimes, and
True.
we feel like not to do anything and not to, we're not able to argue after that. So you must have also been through such situations.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So what should a person do in such situations? Not even not only in the courts, in daily routine, also in any kind of work. If you are facing any problem, hectic life is everywhere in every field. But
Right.
how to deal with each and everything? How it's very difficult to explain to the client what is happening in the court, because we are able to understand very
True.
easily, but it
Right.
is very difficult to explain to them. So how can we just change those things?
See, first of all, regarding the thing about judges being rude and all, not being in your favor, being rude, not listening to you. So that is a part of life. Means
Yes.
everything in life is in conflict. So having certain amount of in upeksha, we call it in Sanskrit, indifference towards things, because there are so many things wrong in life, you can't correct each and everything. So having some amount of indifference is important, and then communication is also very important. Like you have to communicate to the judges and to the client also, that not everything is in your favor. Like not everything happens. Like it's not a service-based industry. Like we cannot in service-based industry, somebody gives you money, you give him the goods or service. But it's not like that. We are not dependent. We are dependent on the judge. Judge is not a service provider. He is a judge. He'll go through the facts and use his mind and deliver the judgment. So it might not be in your favor. So there are setbacks. Setbacks is a part of life. So we have to learn to deal with setbacks. I think that is the most important part in this profession. Hmm.
And
And
over the past years, has there been any change in the judiciary?
judiciary, uh, there have been changes in the sense in because I'm practicing in Delhi, I can only speak for Delhi.
Yeah, Delhi.
So there have been some improvements in the sense that judicial exams have been started being conducted more regularly and all, and
On the
things have
part of
become
the judgment, on the part of the judgment that they are making.
judgments have become more like, especially under the previous Chief Justice of India, judgments they have been more are being recorded in a better manner. Like there are neutral citations have come, and judgments have become more precise, and they have started adding headings, especially in Supreme Court judgments. They have started adding headings, and they
Headings.
structured the judgment more logically. Previously, it was just paragraphs after paragraphs after paragraphs. You had to really figure out where the ratio means, where the reasoning is, and where the observation is, and where the facts are. You have to like search. It was like a search. Now things are more structured in the judgments, I feel. You can easily search for your information, whatever information, legal research you're doing. You can easily search for that. Yes.
So being a yoga teacher and on one hand and being an advocate on the other hand, so do you think that you are able to balance it every day? How do you manage your family, your work, your outings, your hobbies, each and everything?
See,
Is it on a
sometimes,
regular basis or on a temporary basis?
see, obviously, you means there are days you miss. Uh, you can't get a perfect balance, but then you remember कि ठीक है करना है, like yoga practice. I don't practice it every day. Like I practice my meditation and all every day, but not yoga, and it cannot be practiced every day. But I do make a point when I practice it. I practice it 100%. Like जब मैं
What yoga? Okay,
yeah, जब
what
मैं
yoga
करता हूँ,
should? Huh.
yeah, what yoga I should.
What yoga should be done by each and every person every day so that they have at least a calm mind in the morning so that we
Yeah.
can work very easily.
So yoga basically few asanas one should do, and when you do the asanas, you should be comfortable in the asana. It doesn't important. It's not important what you're doing advanced asana like Shirshasana and all. Some basic asanas, some lower back work, some asanas which strengthen your lower back, which strengthen your legs and knees, because legs and knees are the things which get affected these days. A lot of people are getting arthritis or in old age and all. When knees give up, and that is where the most issues come. So something to strengthen your knees, lower back. These asanas should be done. Then some amount of pranayama, some little bit pranayama, and meditation. This should be there in everyone's life, which they should do daily. This I also do daily. Daily asanas, little bit asanas for the core, pranayam, meditation. This practice I have daily. Yeah.
So, according to you, you have a lot of experience in advocate in your practice and in other things as well. So, you can better understand what success actually is.
Yes.
So what according to you, what is success for a person?
See, success for a person is getting things when your desires are fulfilled before they arise. That is success. That is what I feel.
And do you think that you have achieved that level of success now, or there are more things to be done in life?
As you start maturing, you realize that success is not always money. Because suppose
Yes,
you have
it's
a
not
lot of
money.
money and you cannot spend it, like you can't eat sweets because you're diabetic. So that is not success. Means success, you should be able to earn your money and you should be able to enjoy it also. And if you're very successful, but you're very rude and but you don't have any friends. So that is also not success. Like if you're have a lot of money, but you're not you are arrogant. People are not don't like to talk to you. You don't have anyone to socialize with, and people who do socialize with you are only in for your money. Then what kind of life are you living? So success is having a balance in true balance. Okay, you have enough money, and you have friends. You're doing something for the society. You're not just living for yourself. You're doing something for others. So and you have a smile on your face. You are relaxed. You're happy. You're friendly. to others. That is what I feel is success. And you have good health. Hmm.
Yeah, good health is very important now.
Yes.
So, in being a very diverse person, how has your family impacted you on this?
Uh, how has my family impacted me
How, in the way how they have helped you in your career, in your different categories, different fields?
Yeah, so family has they have been supportive. See, my father, he did my law. He did his law just 1 year before me. So
Oh, that
yeah,
is very good.
when he was retiring, he did his law. So he supported me in the sense that he used to help me with my legal research,
Okay.
drafting and all. So that is the way he used to. He still does not as much as before, but he still helps me with the research and all.
So
So
he's practicing with you.
yeah, he just does he's not really practicing now. You can say he's retired, but he
Okay.
does pro bono work. He does a lot of pro bono work, insurance fraud and all he handles.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, he does mostly pro bono work as of now. Yeah,
Have you experienced any career failures in your career anytime? Any
definitely,
setbacks? And
definitely.
how did you bounce back to the original position then?
See, I think setbacks is what makes you successful. If you have never had any setbacks, then that is a sign of it's a sign. It's a bad sign. So setbacks ही आने के बाद you become more stronger because initially after the setback you feel down and low, but when you bounce back, when you recover, it gives you a lesson कि ठीक है, this is what I did wrong, this is what I have to do better. So it helps you, it improves you. Every setback improves you. So my first case for the setback, I had prepared 1 month for the case, and there was a constitutional judgment in my favor, but the judge did not hear it. It was not ready to hear the judgment. So it was so frustrating. But then only after that, I feel once you get a setback, things actually improve for you. So every setback actually is a scope of improvement. Means things improve.
Okay, in our daily lives, the friends matter a lot. In our
Yes.
career, in our friendship, they matter a lot. So, in
Right.
your career, you have been so much diverse. So, what was the impression of your friends
What was
and
the
the people who were working around you?
yeah? So what was the impression? I didn't.
What was their you can say वो लोग क्या फील करते थे मतलब क्या सोचते थे उस चीज के बारे में
किस चीज के बारे में that
आपके प्रोफेशन एंड योर डाइवर्सिटी
yeah, so see, many of my friends used to make fun of me also कि ये uh, like ये नया क्या पकड़ लिया and all. And
देयर मे बी
see,
सम फ्रेंड्स हु मे बी सपोर्टिव
yeah, see, friends in the legal fraternity are of course supportive, but my non-legal friends who are not in the legal fraternity, they were not very मतलब, they used to not very supportive. Yeah, once I became a lawyer, they used to get cases and all also. But initially they used to make fun, but now it's okay. But I feel that shouldn't matter so much because you should not be a football of other people's opinions. It's like the story of the donkey, जहाँ पे father and son were riding a donkey. Then somebody comes and says कि तुम कैसे donkey पे अत्याचार कर रहे हो? फिर एक चढ़ जाता है, फिर दूसरा उतर जाता है, फिर कोई और आके बोलता है कि कैसा बेटा है कि मतलब खुद डोंकी पे राइड कर रहा है, फादर को नहीं कर रहा. You have heard that story probably.
यस
Yeah, so it's something like that. You should not be a football of other people's opinions, I feel.
ट्रू इंडिविजुअली वन शुड डिसाइड व्हाट वन हैज टू डू बिकॉज़
Yeah,
अल्टीमेटली
true.
इट्स वन सक्सेस ओनली
Right,
so I'll be talking about the social media, which Instagram and Facebook, they post a lot of legal matter on Reels,
right.
and which is, I think, which is not true actually. So, what should
True.
be your opinion on that for the audience over here?
Uh, See, just don't blindly believe anything on social media. Social media, there's a lot of information, plus there is a lot of misinformation. Not only in law, in fitness also, there is a lot of wrong advice, and many of the social media influencers are not truly genuine. So always take a second opinion, I feel, and always consult a practicing lawyer. Take a consultation from a practicing lawyer, and it doesn't matter if you pay some consultation fee also, I feel, but you get some legal advice which you can, which is accountable. Social media is not accountable to you. You take social
Yes,
media
it's true.
advice, you falter, something bad happens. So no one, there's no one to answerable to you. So I'll always feel take genuine advice from a lawyer, practicing lawyer.
So fresh graduates, whether in any field, what should they focus more on? What domains, what skills, and how they should deal with their curriculum? What should be done to them?
See, initially they should focus on the basics, like the basics of the practice, like how is the case filed, कहाँ पे case file होता है, what is the see every court में थोड़ा बहुत difference होता है in procedure, but one should understand the basics की how to draft a case, what to especially जो uh, order 7 है CPC का, मतलब
Out of
they should
7
learn,
years.
yeah, they should learn that क्या क्या pleading कैसे, how to write pleadings and all, what all to have, what all not to write. So पूरा basics पे they should focus initially and
And
read.
what about
हाँ,
yes, yes.
and focus on reading. मतलब I've seen a lot of advocates practicing court, but nobody reads, because अगर आप एक बार एक्ट खोल के पढ़ लो, सब पूछेंगे कि किसका क्या प्रोसीजर है, उसका क्या प्रोसीजर है, बट once you open the act and read, you'll see the procedure is all written there.
Always, yeah, it's all
Everything
written over there.
everything is written. You just have to read. Yeah, that's it.
And what
So
about the other, apart from law, what about the other management? You have been a management person also. So,
yes, yes.
what should be, what according to you should be the domain knowledge and skills for a management person also?
See, any field, I think one should be initially open for any kind of work. Because initially management, I see my cousins and all who are in engineering and all, they're not getting the kind of work they thought they would be doing. So initially drop it. Just whatever you're getting, you just learn. Every work is important. Every work has some kind of value. So there were times when I was working under lawyers and all I could, all I was getting was typing work. But then and anyone it could be, it was very frustrating, but then while typing also, you when you use your mind, you are actually learning something new. So just be focused on work, I say. uh, don't spend too much time, there are a lot of distractions aajkal. Stay away from the distractions. Social media, I think we need a filter for social media, like
Yes.
a break from social media and just focus on work from 9 to 6 or whatever you decide. You decide 9 to 5, just be in office. So once you're 9 to 5, you're in office, then you will automatically do something good. And your intentions are good and your work is that output will be good. That is what I feel.
So in a legal profession, you're working individually, right? We don't have to work with any firm. मतलब किसी के under we are not working. We have to
Right.
individually decide each and everything. So there are some places where everyone has to work together.
Right.
So there are always some problems, ups and downs, all are always there. So according to you, if there are any suggestions for that,
For working alone
for
or
not
for
for
a team?
working alone, for a work, how can you manage? How can we manage the environment? Whether it is a student, whether it is a teacher, whether it is a corporate sector, any sector it is.
Yeah. So basically, if you have good intentions and for others, like for people under you, as a leader, you should always see कि ठीक है, people under you are also progressing. Like when you have clerks under me, like who are doing law and all, so you encourage them कि ठीक है थोड़ा और मतलब पढ़ाई भी करो and साथ साथ ये भी करो. When they feel that you are looking out for their growth, then they will trust you. Then they will sincerely work for you. So having some kind of empathy for people working under you is very important as a leader. And
And
what happens?
what qualities can a leader have?
Yeah. So first is empathy, and leader should realize that he cannot be the best at everything. If he sees somebody who is good at something, you should encourage that quality. When you are when the people who are working under you feel that you are there for their best, you have the best concern, their best concern in their concerns in your mind, and you are also you want them to grow, then they will work sincerely for you. What happens in especially in the legal industry, I don't know about other industries, I think other industries also, कि leader he tries to suppress the control and suppress the subordinates, कि वो ऐसी काम करेंगे जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ, and not using their minds beyond. अगर somebody is creating that, encourage that creativity. Somebody come up with a new idea, then you encourage that idea, you recognize that idea, give recognition. So I think that is important as a leader.
So if he can go back in time, and if he can go back 21 year at the age of 21 years old, so अब आप अपने आप अभी जो हैं आप 21 years old की एज में अगर अभी आप जाते हैं, तो what message will you convey over there to yourself only?
To myself only, I'll tell myself to be more do law initially, because I did law late, कि law जल्दी कर ले. And uh,
I think law सबको पता होना चाहिए.
yes,
Constitution is the very basic thing which everyone should know.
yeah, and law is also your rights, means आपके rights and duties you come to know from the constitution and
Yes.
the various acts. So you should know कि आपको कोई कर रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, तो आपको क्या what basic तो पता ही होना चाहिए कि कैसे आपको आपके अगेंस्ट कुछ गलत हुआ है तो आपको कैसे उसको सही करना है. So that is important.
Yes.
So that everyone should know. Yeah.
Okay, anyone from the audience who wants to ask any question right now? Okay, sir, the next thing I would like to ask, that you know that Supreme Court has made 3-year practice mandatory for judicial service examination.
Right.
So according to you, is it correct?
I feel it is a good thing. Means because first of all, the judges who are getting recruited directly from law college, they will have that more empathy towards the advocate who's appearing in front of them. Secondly, they will have more knowledge also. And see, once I was in the appearing in the Chief Justice Court in Supreme Court, T.S. Thakur was the Chief Justice.
Yes.
And there was a dispute about service law dispute. It was about the judges ka. Two candidates were fighting against each other for a seat for additional district judge in the Bihar.
Yes.
So, so T.S. Thakur was a very he was a different kind of judge in the sense that he was a Jat, Haryana Jat, so he had that panchayati nature on him also. He just suddenly told to the lawyer, "ठीक है, is your candidate here? Is your client here?" So he said yes, he's in court. So he said, "अच्छा, बुला लो उसको." He called him in front. Supreme Court, you know, the clients don't generally have any job. Unka presence is also not usually required. Very rare cases clients are required. But he just called him, "ठीक है, आ जाओ." And then he said, "कि अच्छा, you have been practicing?" He said, "Yes." "How many years you have been practicing?" He said, "I think 7 or 8 जो भी years he's been practicing." And he was a candidate for the additional district judge, जो client था. So he asked him, "अच्छा, what is section 482 CRPC?" So he could not answer. हाँ, पहले he asked him कि what field you specialize in. He said, "I'm an expert in criminal law." So he said, "What is 482 CRPC?" He was could not answer. Then he said he told to the lawyer, "Is this the kind of candidates you're having for additional district judge?" And he humiliated them right in the court. And he said, "अच्छा छोड़ दो आप." He said दूसरे को कि अच्छा, he is an expert in criminal law. Is your client an expert in civil law? So court started laughing. So this thing actually needs to be rooted out. Means when the judge is sitting there, he should have some knowledge. And अगर practice अगर होगा 3 साल का, तो I think it fairly gives you an enough knowledge about the procedure and the challenges that you face. So I think yes, both it is a good 3 साल वाला.
So, any messages that you would like to give to our audience right now?
Audience, yes. Message as means I don't believe in messages as such. I believe in question and
Any
answers.
advice? Any advice?
See, to the students, I'll give advice to be more, focused in life. Means focus. Just be clear on what you want. Once you're clear on what you want, you can easily figure out your life better. Yeah, and and focus on other things also. Studies are important, and life also is important. Like having means कई students होते हैं setbacks आ जाता है तो they take drastic steps So इतना नहीं वो होना चाहिए. ठीक है, if you fail a year, so what? Means failures happen, things happen, but setbacks is the most is a very important thing. Life में setbacks नहीं होंगे तो you'll never grow in life. So setbacks से should not feel bad कि कोई setback आ गया. Just keep working towards your goal, whatever your goal is.
So CM
Saurabh, I have
Khurana
a
sir,
question.
yes sir.
Uh, Now, as a yoga teacher and as a faculty in under Shri Shri, you have understood unification. Yoga is essentially unification, as we understand.
Yes,
And legal profession is nothing but involved in a dispute. So
right.
there are two contradictory things. How do you
Yes.
reconcile that?
See, every in life, I feel every element, like we know the five panch tattva, every element is in conflict with each other. Like air is in conflict with water, water is in conflict with air. Sorry, fire. So there is conflict between elements also. So conflicts is a part of life. Conflicts, and as an advocate, we are not here to add fire to the conflict. We are also here to resolve the conflicts. So as an advocate, I'm known for settling cases, getting the disputes to end, like mediation. So that is also important. So we can't just run away from disputes. We have to be in the dispute and then solve it.
Okay, thank you very much. Very good answer. Thanks a lot.
Just like that.
Any other
This
question
is,
from the
sir,
audience?
this is Ashok. I have a question, sir. These days, we come across so many instances of corruption in judiciary.
Yes. Mhm.
Recently, you know that I don't want to name the judge who has been Delhi High
Yes.
Court judge who has been
Right, right.
transferred
Yes.
to
Allahabad High Court.
and the thing is that so far it is almost proved that he was involved in the whatever deal took place so far as change of money happened.
Right.
Now the thing is, what is happening if such instances become rampant? Then
Mm.
even if the judge is genuine, and the person who is the agreed party, he will try to blame that definitely something wrong has happened.
Right. Yes.
How to resurrect people's faith in the judiciary, sir? Because it is called, I think, the fourth or fifth layer of this society, sir.
Yes. So, see, when there is something wrong, then we have to raise voice against it. Means tactfully, not get ourselves in trouble, but then we do need to raise our voice. So, as a society, we need to come forward because judiciary, mein, the government has tried to bring about changes. The National Judiciary Accountability that bill which was passed, NJC Act 2014. So the judiciary just struck it down, but which I feel was a good act. Uh,
Yeah, it was good. Collegium said it was better than Collegium.
it was better than the collegium system. Plus,
Yes.
in judiciary, we have a principle that justice should not only be done, but also
It should be seen to be done.
to be done. Yes. So that aspect is also very important. And today's, I think, uh, it is for the people to raise their voice, and it's for the legislation to keep. I feel that act should have been reintroduced in society. So people also have to keep raising their voice. And yes, there is corruption in the judiciary. Yes, even during ethics, we learned that uh, there, some judges are corrupt, but uh, it's there at other places also, and we have to keep fighting against it, raising a voice against it in a legal, in a uh, constitutional manner, like not just abusing on social media and all, but in a legitimate manner. We have to keep raising our voice against this.
I think some messages are conveyed in a very wrong way through social media also, and in fact through our news channels as well.
Right. Uh, yeah. So not always what we see is on news and social media is actually true. And it may not be completely false also, but it's not completely true. And we also
True,
need
yes.
to, yeah, we need to have certain amount of indifference also, and certain amount of, we need to raise a voice also. If you feel that very strongly about something, then you work 100% towards that. Like, but लोगों को आवाज थोड़ा उठानी पड़ेगी against this corruption in judiciary. People will have to like contact their MPs, MLAs, write some letters. So this has to be done. Yes.
Any other question?
Sir, are there any standards of charging fees by the councils and by the senior council? Because they charge exorbitant fees, 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs, 10 lakhs per hearing, sir. Are there any rules to check this, sir?
Actually, Supreme Court does have a standard, uh, but it's a guideline. It's not mandatory. So
The
you
lawyers are
have,
individual, so I think there are no guidelines regarding the charging of
if you read
fees.
the Supreme Court rules, uske appendix mein, there are table mein, there is a written guideline ki senior advocate has to charge this much and all. But I think that is more applicable for government work, but nobody follows
Yes,
that.
government fees, yes.
Probably
Yeah.
that is for the empaneled lawyers, sir.
Yes, yes, for government pleaders.
Yes. And yeah, this is something which needs to be standardized because as a lawyer, one main challenge I used to face is because somebody comes to me with a case, he's suffering, and you feel that suffering, and you have to make money out of the suffering. That was very painful. So I don't know how people do it. Like, how can somebody charge exorbitantly? But then he has to charge also since it's his bread and butter. So
I think it's their experience also. In Supreme Court, if someone is practicing and you are appearing in front of the court, then if someone is having 25, 30 years of experience, the amount should not be exorbitant, but they charge much higher than the other advocates.
yeah, but this is usually for the such advocates usually charge companies, private companies, they pay these amounts.
Okay.
Individuals normally do not pay this.
Sir, even I have come across the cases where you engage a judge, for instance, for 5 lakhs or 7 lakhs or 8 lakhs per hearing, and somehow the hearing gets adjourned.
Right,
This happened in online hearings also, sir, virtual hearings also.
right, yeah,
And the client has to pay the fee because the thing is, at least to that extent, he remained occupied waiting for the hearing to take place.
right. Hmm. So
So,
yeah, see, judiciary does need a lot of reform. I feel
reform, yes, yes, this is what I wanted to
it is needed.
convey.
Yeah, there should be reforms in every field.
Because
Yes,
gradually, what will happen that the judiciary will, so far as the legal recourse is concerned, it will go out of the reach of common people, sir.
right.
That is
Hmm.
why the DLSA has been introduced for that. DLSA is also working upon it, but DLSA advocates are getting a very low wage and they don't work properly. Then ultimately, the victims have to approach the other advocates who charge more.
I would suggest litigants and all, particularly to use a lot of mediation and alternate dispute resolution. Should focus more on even
ADR methods.
there should be awareness raised about alternate dispute resolution also. That is very important, I feel. Because if you can solve your dispute between yourselves, that is the best scenario. So people should look at mediation and all, especially within families.
Within the families, yes.
Within families, I think you can simply mediate, and maybe an elder can sit and solve the dispute between the family members.
Yeah. Sir, what is your take? What is your take on putting a restriction, say time limit for resolving a case?
See, there are restrictions, but it is never followed. Like consumer case may it is that 6 months may have to decide a dispute, but consumer cases also take 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. So and it is sometimes the advocates also try to extend the dispute. Some party might try to extend the dispute. So that will happen once the load on the court is reduced or there are more judges. So this is something for the uh, government to work on. Once there is infrastructure, enough judges and all, and so yes, I'm saying that there's a lot of reform needed in the judiciary. Yes, but
Yes. Sir, we have two questions from Pawan, sir. He's
yeah,
asking any book that changed your perspective.
any book that changed my perspective.
Yes.
Hmm.
Any book, or maybe if you haven't gone through any book, or maybe any person from whom you're inspired.
Yeah, so basically there are certain books. There's a book of series of books, Intimate Note to the Sincere Seeker by Sri Ravi Shankar. That
Okay.
was very life changing for me. I still keep it with me. I still read it every day. Intimate note to the sincere seeker.
And Pawan sir is also asking three qualities a lawyer must have.
First and foremost is communication
Yes.
and empathy. He must have empathy with the client and integrity. Not if client has come to you, then you're supposed to keep whatever he has told you confidential. You can't just keep sharing it. And I've seen lawyers जिनके पास client आते हैं and they're making fun of the client बाद में after. So ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. You have to empathize with the client. You have to have good communication skills because that is what you're doing. When a lawyer approaches the judge, he leaves out the emotion and presents the facts. So that is why a lawyer ka importance is there. He filters out the emotions. And integrity is very important for being a lawyer.
So
As a
what
lawyer,
is the career scope in business law?
there is a lot of scope because abhi, intellectual property and all we have not fully utilized, monetized.
Yes,
So
IPR is not yes.
once IPR is monetized, I think there's a raw scope in commercial company law and all.
And Dhyan sir wants to ask,
So my first question is to Prakriti.
yes sir.
Prakriti, are you based out of Dehradun or Delhi?
Both.
No, because my company needs someone trusted at Dehradun. At
Okay.
Dehradun Court.
Regarding
Various
Dehradun
cases.
court. Okay, okay. Sir,
Various
that I'll
cases.
about that I can discuss it over you after the session.
Okay, so you take my number from anyone in DSPSR.
Okay, sir.
And then please give me a call.
Okay, sir.
Now my question is to Saurabh.
Yes, sir.
How is it that some advocates charge 10 lakhs per hearing and some advocates are dying for food at the same age? Why?
See, that is there also in life. There are some people who are doing very well. There are some people doing not so well. It's maybe to some extent there's a lobby also between see for a lawyer, say some lawyer who has a judge, because lawyers and judges come from the same fraternity, from the league, from same, could be a classmate. So there's a standing also. So if another lawyer with if he comes with even weak facts to his friend who's his classmate, so he will probably favor to some extent his friend. So there's something called a standing. So once you have a standing, once you have this relationship with the judges, for that is what they actually, these huge fees, this goes for that. So there's
And
this.
and tell me one thing, you are in the profession, thick into the profession. Why is it there iron wall around the entire system of court?
Why is it that?
For example, I will share with you my experience, and I'm very sorry to say that.
Yeah.
Very, very sorry. I have an office in Ghaziabad, and
Okay.
for one of the cases, it went to Ghaziabad District Court RDC Center.
Okay.
I paid around 10 lakhs to the judge. Case was totally absurd, and it got in my favor. That's different matter. It was challenged in High Court. There also I won. Now, I'm holding a grudge against that judge, but I cannot do anything about it.
Right.
There is such an iron wall around entire court system. Is it necessary?
See, the thing, this iron wall, which we are saying, has been not. It's been there since the court system has been there, and it's been built by the court itself, the judiciary, the judges itself, and I think it should be more transparent. There is a lot of reform needed, and it is the people only who can bring about this reform. Once we raise our voices that there is certain reform needed, because I don't think the judiciary will easily, let go of the power it has. There's a saying that absolute power corrupts absolutely, So that's somewhat is applicable to the judiciary today, sadly so. So, and this change has to come from the people. Once people write to their local MLAs, MPs, especially MPs, and the government has to bring about a reform. And it is not going to be easy, but once we are, it's a fight which we need to fight.
See, I actually fail to understand the entire system because I will give you an example, live example, real life, my own experience. I file a case in City Magistrates Court.
Mhm.
City Magistrate takes the document, put the some order to SSP for action, and places it in the plastic bin. I tell him that I need a copy of that order. He says
Right.
that you will not get anything. Now, that order has gone to has gone to, will take its own sweet time to go to SSP. Immediately after 1 hour, I approach my advocate chamber. He sends a boy. He says that 1500 रुपए लगेंगे, पूरी photocopy आपके हाथ में होगी. And I get entire order जो उसने नोटिंग करी थी, not order, जो नोटिंग करी है.
Order
उसने
sheet.
क्या नोटिंग करी है? In my hands. तो क्या मतलब वो अपने जो मूर्ति बना रखी है, तराजू बना रखा है, क्या है वो? What is all that? How should I faith in
Did you get a
justice?
certified copy or uncertified
Yes,
copy?
that's what I wanted to ask.
Uncertified.
Uncertified, yes. So yeah, so वो तो है that these things need to be taken care of.
कोई भी जजमेंट निकलवा लो, कुछ भी कर लो, कोई भी नोटिंग निकलवा लो, अंदर जाओ, 500 रुपए दो, 600 रुपए दो, काम हो जाता है.
In UP, this practice has been going on in many courts.
See, the reason I don't practice in UP is, हालांकि I stay in Noida, but I don't practice in the Noida court because I once filed a civil suit there in Noida court. And the first date I go, it was in the initial areas of my practice. It was not a very, just a 90,000 ka matter. And I've go in front of the judge, get the case admitted. Admission notice हो जाता है उसमें. And as soon as I come out, the court staff is running after me and saying कि sir वो date के पैसे दे दो next date के.
वहाँ पे यही चलता है.
Exactly.
So मैंने कहा ये hardly
पेशकार जज के सामने पैसे ले रहा है फाइल आगे करने के लिए. इनफैक्ट there are 10 files to hear. अगर आपको अपनी फाइल टॉप में रखनी है, उसके अलग से वो 500 रुपए ले रहा है.
Yes. So we are running short of time. We have
Right.
Advocate Prashant Sharma with us, and he's asking that what point should we keep in mind while doing the cross-examination in the courts?
Yeah, so cross-examination, you have to bring all your basically your whatever conflicts you see, whatever the contradiction is there, you have to bring your facts on record. So if somebody is lying about this and you cross question him, then you have to like say कि नहीं, after he has answered, you have to put in whatever you want, your facts, you have to put it on record. You are lying, this is what वो है. So that is what is important in the cross examination, getting all your facts on record.
Any other question? Anyone else? No, I think so. I am also over with my questions, and I'll hand over back to Ishita now. Ishita.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request to Princey Agarwal, ma'am, to deliver the vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good evening to one and all present here. As we conclude today's insightful leadership development program, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the entire DSPSL family. First and foremost, our heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Saurabh Chopra, sir, for your invaluable contribution to the leadership development program. Your unique perspective as an advocate and your dedication to empowering future leaders left a lasting impression. The clarity with which you addressed key leadership challenges and the practical wisdom you shared were both inspiring and transformative. We are truly thankful for the time, energy, and expertise you devoted to this initiative. Your involvement has not only elevated the quality of the program, but has also motivated us to aim higher in our professional journeys. We hope to have the privilege of your continued support and mentorship in future initiatives as well. A special thanks to Ms. Prakriti Mishra for her excellent role as the moderator. Your thoughtful questions and seamless flow kept the session engaging and well connected. Your efforts added great value to the interaction. We also express our sincere appreciation to Professor Ajay Kumar Singh Sir for his visionary leadership. It is innovations like these that contribute to shape our institution and inspire students to grow with strong values and purpose. To all the participants, thank you for being with us this evening. Your presence and enthusiasm made this session truly interactive and meaningful. And last but not the least, heartfelt thanks to the organizing team for their behind the scenes efforts and flawless coordination in making this event a success. Let us take forward the learning and inspiration from today's session into our own leadership journeys. Thank you once again and wishing everyone continued success, growth, and good health. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, madam.
Welcome.